5-Year Mission the Podcast, Episode 53.
This episode of 5-Year Mission the Podcast is brought to you by Fansets, your home for all things pop culture pin related. Head over to fansets.com and see all that they have to offer. And also stay tuned at the end of the episode for a very special offer from us here at 5-Year Mission.
By now you figured out that this is the 5-Year Mission Podcast.
I don't care about that stuff, man.
Welcome to 5-Year Mission, the podcast.
Welcome to 5-Year Mission, the podcast, the only podcast hosted by a band called 5-Year Mission. My name is Andy Fark. I'm one of your hosts. Over Zoom tonight, we got the ever zoomy and long, luxurious hair, Noah Butler.
Hey, everybody.
We got seated to my right over here, looking at comics in between episode recordings. Chris Spurgeon.
Hey, everybody.
And the proprietor of Hero House, 1112 Prospect Street, Indianapolis, Indiana, heart of beautiful Fountain Square, Mr. Mike Rittenhouse. Wearing a Hero House shirt at that. He's allergic.
He's allergic to talking.
He's being allergic to plugs for his own store.
Hey, everybody. How you doing tonight? I'm Mike Rittenhouse.
And I'm allergic to free advertising.
Nothing's free.
You get what you pay for.
You bought me a drink earlier.
So what are we doing tonight?
We're going to talk about the episode and the song. Operation Annihilate, continuing our aforementioned What Are Little Songs Made Of series that we brought over from the Tricorder Transmissions. Well, stole it practically, but it's our stuff, so why not?
You know what this one should start with, don't you?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Operation Annihilate!
That's exactly how it should sound.
Even
That's
better
exactly
over
how-
Zoom.
I like that you're the only one that didn't do that, Mike.
We even did it before we recorded.
Yeah, we did it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before you got here. So this episode, oh man, I forgot how skippable this episode is for me. Considering we in this episode we get to meet Kirk's brother, but never see his face.
They roll him over.
Did they?
They roll him over, and it's William Shatner with a mustache.
Maybe I looked away at that point.
That's right.
Which
Yeah,
I guess is how they got the Sam Kirk character on Strange New Worlds with a
With
mustache.
the mustache.
Which I am so disappointed that they didn't use the same actor when
To
they
play the other Kirk. Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat waiting, like, are they going to have the same guy? This will be awesome, but no, it wasn't.
That would have been perfect because it's not like he ever mentioned that he and his brother were twins,
No, I don't think they were supposed to be.
which is even funnier.
Oh,
in
you
that
wanted it
regard.
to be
If you watch Star Trek 2009, they're not twins.
No,
you wanted to be Anson Mount,
No,
his
no,
brother.
Kirk.
no, and like
Paul
Sam
something.
Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah, that, I know. Yeah, I was confused. I understand now. You said Strange New Worlds.
So besides Kirk's dead brother with a mustache, the next best part of this episode is like the flying. Are they like jellyfish? Is it like fake vomit?
Yes, this is the episode that
Flies
features
around?
the flying scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs.
I thought it looked like blood-filled globs of Vaseline.
Well, it's like vomit. It's like flying vomit.
It's like the
Flying-
fake
yeah.
vomit that you could
The
buy at
fake
like the joke
vomit, yeah.
stores. Yeah,
flying
right.
fake vomit.
that somehow squeal and have a weird little movement to them.
Look like a
looked
like a
like-
stingray.
They look like little plastic bags.
Yeah, like a stingray. Yeah.
with like streamers on them.
It was so bad.
Yeah, they were silly.
I love the when the one attaches to Spock's back and the face that he makes. He's like,
That was pretty good.
Good visual for the podcast.
yeah,
Mike.
well, my back hurts, so it helps.
So basically, you've been making that face all week with your sore back, the face that Spock makes in this
just
episode.
today.
Just today. Oh,
No, I mean since a couple weeks ago when I hurt.
Yeah,
my
this is a
back.
couple of weeks ago.
oh, that's right. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Good job.
Can't
Good
believe it
cover-up.
still hurts.
I know.
Yeah, I
right?
know, man. This is
Chris is still in the chair.
this is ongoing, guys.
I may
You need
never
to get
get
some
up.
help.
I may be here forever.
Maybe you need a backiotomy.
A backiotomy.
So yes, there's the flying fake vomit that attaches to people
that have been taking over the planet where Kirk's brother is now currently residing with his wife and son. And I love that the episode opens with just a ship flying straight at the sun. Someone just going crazy inside, like over comms. And then like, finally, I'm free. And then crash into the sun. And everyone's just like, what the was that?
It's an interesting concept that the only way they can kill the parasite is like extreme
light.
Yeah, light.
Yeah. Well, UV rays, I guess, technically, because
yeah,
we'll get to that in the little synopsis part. So yeah, opens on that, and Kirk is getting really frustrated because he knows his brother is down there and people are dying, and he starts like getting all snippy with Uhura, and she's like, "I can't get it. There's like a bunch of scrambled signals going on," and he's like, "You get her back on the comms," and she's like, "I can't, dude. What's going on here?" He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine. Just keep trying." And then they finally get like a landing party to go down to the planet, and immediately they're greeted by like a gang holding like pipes of some sort.
Pipe gang.
And they're like yelling at them, and they're like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And they're like, "No, you got to get out of here, and we're not really going to attack you, but you got to go." It's like, why are you yelling at us then? Like, you're about to attack us. I never fully understood that.
Trying to scare him off.
I guess, but man, just be like, "Don't come any closer. We got these flying jelly things, and they're gonna attach to your back, and you're gonna be fucked." Yeah. So yeah, they find Sam Kirk just completely dead, mustached and everything. His wife is going crazy, and the son is just completely passed out. Still don't know exactly why yet. And so they get her back up on the ship. She kind of starts explaining things after she realizes it's not a dream. "You really are here." "Yeah, no shit. Tell us what's going on here." And then she explains about the things, and people are going crazy, and they're like, "Hey, people got to go fly into the sun in order to do this." And it's so stupid. I really don't even want to recap the rest of this episode. Except for Spock going blind when they're trying to figure out a way to kill these things.
They're experimenting with different like light and everything, and and Spock, he goes blind, and he's like stumbles out of the room, and I've become quite blind.
Yeah, because you put that in the song, right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh yeah, because you also included his, because I forgot that was a line, that "I am a Vulcan, there is no pain." Yeah, I'd forgotten that like Vulcans can basically like will themselves out of pain, and also apparently get out of restraints on a medical in the medical bay and just Hulk his way out of there.
They're quite strong.
They are.
Yeah,
quite strong.
Quite.
It's the green blood.
That's right. Maybe that's where Stanley got the idea for the Hulk.
Oh,
green blood. Maybe if I just cover his entire body in green, maybe he'll be super strong. I think the Hulk probably came before Star Trek.
Yeah, I think so.
Mike,
we're all looking at Mike.
1960.
Yeah, the Hulk was right before Star Trek, but I don't think that they had it that fleshed out though yet.
Oh, and Chris is wearing a Hulk shirt. 62. Okay. Yeah, so 5 years before.
He's lifting and crushing since 1962.
Sort of like all the vertebrae in your back right now.
Yeah, but the Hulk, it's gamma radiation that gives him his strength.
And this is gamma quadrants.
Did it say gamma quadrant?
Yes, I did.
You did.
Sure did.
They don't discover the gamma quadrant until like over 100 years later.
Yeah, I know, but it's still a Star Trek reference and it counts.
It counts.
Okay.
I'm sticking.
How's this episode end?
They figure out that it's just like certain light.
Yeah.
That kills them.
And you don't have to flash a bright light and blind everybody that's still down on the planet.
Yeah.
It's one of those episodes.
And the Enterprise flies around and drops those little things in space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How does Spock get his sight back?
Well, it turns out that Vulcans have a special eyelid that they developed by...
Are you making this up right now?
It sounds like he's making it up.
No.
doesn't it?
On Vulcan, as they evolved over the years, because Vulcan is so hot and the sun is so bright, they developed a third eyelid that can protect their eyes. But Spock didn't realize that that's what was happening, and so he had to wait for his eyes to heal for the eyelid to open again.
So temporary blindness. Okay.
Yep. All right, and that was the episode.
Yeah, I really honestly stopped paying attention. I watched it today, and like the last 5 minutes, I'm just completely blank on because I was just like, "Ugh, is this over yet?" It's a slogging episode.
I wanted to watch it to prepare, but I couldn't get mine to play, so I just figured I'd remember what I could
Yeah.
just from memory.
So
It's a mediocre episode.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best.
And it has some real the special effects are real, homemade. The homemade creatures.
Andy referred to this song as, or the episode. Andy referred to the episode as slogging.
Yes.
Was that an inspiration for the pace that you set this particular song? You did a very slow ballad. Did that have anything to do with it, or
Good question.
just coincidence?
It was coincidence. I did not base the musical style on anything that had to do with the episode. It was just it was kind of a style that we hadn't really done up to that point, and I just wanted to experiment with that. It had no inspiration from the episode.
I don't remember like practicing this together almost I can remember maybe once or twice.
This is one of those songs that we probably went over it maybe 3 or 4 times at a practice.
Mm-hmm.
And
you play piano on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know this was one of those
sing it, so it's
songs.
very unusual.
Yeah, this was one of those songs where we discussed doing it live and have you playing piano, but then I started making fun of you and calling you Billy Joel. And so we never actually did it.
There's no way I could play the piano and sing the song.
Yeah.
I could probably play the chords, and I could probably sing it, but I cannot do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like me in my Tribble song.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
could not play drums and sing that Tribble song at the same time.
I figured if we ever did this song live, I would just play guitar and just not have the piano, or someone else could like fill in piano in the background.
Well, whoever I guess there isn't a rhythm guitar on this song, is there? It's just piano, bass, drums.
Well, that's a good question. Do you
and some
remember
lead guitar?
Do you remember recording anything for this song, Noah?
No, it doesn't record anything on our albums.
I think I play bass on this song.
I think Chris is playing bass on it. I know Patrick's playing the lead guitar.
I think, was I just playing rhythm guitar? Did I just play the rhythm guitar?
You might have, but I don't know that we have any in the mix. And I can,
don't think so.
When I listen to it, I can hear your voice in the backing vocals, so I know that you sang a part on it. But I think that's really all you did.
Well, and you recorded the piano parts on an actual piano, right? Somebody you knew had
my parents'
Chris's
house,
piano, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
I went to Chris's parents.
Yeah, it's the piano that's at my house now.
And I
okay.
Yeah, I went over there by myself. Chris was there, but
I remember we were outside. I don't remember I think Jennifer had a photo project or something. We were outside, and Mike came over, and you could hear him in there, like banging around, and you had something to record with.
yeah, I brought my computer and everything.
And so because I was busy, and so I was outside the entire time you were in there recording. So I didn't ever see the process of what was happening, but I could hear it.
It was long.
It's the only song that we have that actually has a
real piano.
Yeah.
Well, because I played around with it on the keyboard, and it just, I never got a sound on there that sounded authentic enough for me.
Actually, that's not entirely true, because we do have one song on which we use the Rhodes. But that's like an electronic stage piano. This is a completely acoustic.
Yeah, it was just like a
stand-up piano,
upright
piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand
up.
Stand up.
As opposed to a laying down piano.
And you had to do lots of layering, right? To
Yes.
kind of get what you wanted.
Yeah, so I had spent probably at least an hour over there just messing around on the piano and just playing.
You were just doing like little parts and you put them all together, didn't you?
Yeah. In fact, some of it I literally just played the notes separately and then assembled them into chords.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot more work than just playing the song through.
Well, part of it was that the piano was slightly out of tune.
Oh.
And so I needed to record a couple of the parts separate so that I could try and fix the tuning in Pro Tools. But it all came together in the end. I think it sounds pretty good.
To this day has not been tuned.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, it's not been tuned.
You need to get one of those old blind guys.
I know. I'm afraid to try to tune it myself that I just wreck it.
I really like Patrick's solo on this. It's got a very Queen vibe to the
very
whole
Brian
thing.
May, yeah.
That was actually the goal. I told him I wanted something Queen-like, and he disappeared for like a week.
And came back.
And then I went over to his house, and he and I recorded that, or he recorded it, and I was there, and he played through it a bunch of times, and like actually, I think the whole thing was like it's two parts that kind of complement each other.
Yeah, aren't there harmonized guitar?
Yeah. It's like he wrote two parts that fit together. They kind of just go back and forth, and a couple of the notes are like harmonizing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he recorded all of it, pretty much all in one take for each part, and then we played it back, and I told him, I don't like it. You need to come up with something else.
Well, this would probably be the perfect time to cut over to Patrick's side of the story.
Yeah, maybe we should hear what he has to say.
Hi, Patrick.
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
It's going all right. Feels like forever since I talked to you.
I know, right?
And
It's
not
been like years.
Yeah, not 20 seconds.
Definitely not.
So we're here to discuss Operation Annihilate, the song and the episode. So what are your thoughts on that?
That's an episode that I really like. It's in it's the end of the first season, right?
Yeah, it's actually the last episode of the first season.
That's what I thought. Right. I think we joked about before that it's like the aliens are like little flying omelets. But I really like the episode a lot, and it definitely builds tension, especially around Mr. Spock throughout that episode, which we hadn't really had that much of aside from maybe Naked Time.
Right.
But so I like the episode a lot. It's very straightforward, but it's just kind of classic TOS. There's a lot of action, and it's also kind of built around Spock's character too, which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
Because they always had to find inventive ways to deal more on a personal level with Mr. Spock. Because they had to have special circumstances sort of invented to sort of bring out his human side, so they could have some fun with him.
Yeah.
Really make him suffer.
This episode also features the only appearance of Sam Kirk until now, who has been in a few episodes of Strange New Worlds.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed Strange New Worlds so far also.
Yeah, it's been really good. I was only a little bit disappointed that they didn't have the actor playing Sam Kirk be the same actor that played Jim Kirk with a mustache. But
I don't know. The Jim Kirk, he kind of looks like him, but he didn't have nearly the charisma. You know what I mean? I understand why they probably don't want him upstaging Pike, Anson Mount, but
right.
But he looked the part for the most part. He did, but he did not have the charisma of a Captain Kirk that I know.
Yeah, he was okay.
He was okay.
I think they could have. I know he wasn't trying to imitate William Shatner.
Right.
But if he happened to put in like one Shatner pause, I think that would have gone a long way.
Exactly. Just to make it tie together better. Yeah. Agreed. As far as the song, this is one that I think is really underrated. And it's one that I don't really think about that often when I'm going through our albums. And I think it's because we have so rarely ever played it. We pretty much built it in, recording wise.
Yeah.
I think because you wrote it on the piano, we don't really have songs built around keyboard hardly at all. So I assume that's the reason we never played it, really. I think we might have played it once in an acoustic show, maybe twice.
I don't think so. I don't recall ever playing it live. But I'd love to sometime. I think it'd be a fun song to bring out and surprise people with.
Yeah, actually, but I was listening back to it earlier today, and I think it might be my favorite thing that you wrote on year 2, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really like it a lot, and going back to it sort of without having heard it for a long time, it was really fresh, and it's a pretty straightforward song, but I think that we had one of the best band arrangements ever on that song too. I think maybe because you were playing keys and so it freed up other people to do other stuff, but I really enjoyed just the arrangement of everything. Everybody seemed to have like a little thing in that song that was fun to do.
Yeah.
I love the blocks of harmonies that Chris and Noah did. And I really, that one was really enjoyable for me guitar wise. And I'm sure if you listened to it recently, you remember, like, I would do these little sort of tails on the ends of some of the lines vocally, but then I would also do them sometimes on the guitar. So I was kind of doing the same thing, but with the vocal and the guitar, just at different points of the song.
Yeah.
It's kind of just a sneaky way to make it as infectious as you can. but I really loved doing the guitars on this one. Yeah, I thought sometimes it's too much and we end up taking vocal parts out because there's just too much going on or whatever. But I think in this case it worked really well because the song itself was rather sparse, but everybody sort of had a space to do something on it. I really like that about it. And I guess because you were playing, the piano was kind of the driving instrument of the song, so I felt I was freed up to do more guitar-wise, maybe. Because the keyboard was kind of doing the rhythm. And so I really enjoyed, I for some reason, I likened it to like some of the old Queen stuff, I guess, because it was so piano based.
Yeah, I can see that.
But that gave me the inspiration to try to do something sort of Brian May style, with that little guitar break. So and I like the way the song builds, it starts out real sparse and it just builds and builds as it goes till the end. It's like this giant crescendo.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. So yeah, the guitar thing I was going for in that break was very Brian May-ish, like switching from left to right, with different lines on the guitar. It was total straight up bicycle race. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to do. I don't know if it worked, but it was, listening back to it, I had actually completely forgotten that part before going back and listening to it. Yeah. I didn't even remember it was on there until I heard it again. I was like, that was really good. I'm glad I came up with that because that was pretty decent.
That's funny. Whenever I think about the song, that's usually the first thing that I remember.
Really?
Yeah. It
was a fun one to do. And I honestly, like I said, I had very little memory of it until I went back and listened, and then it kind of came back to me. But it was a lot of fun to work on.
Yeah.
And I like how it turned out. And like I said, it's really solid band arrangement. I really like the blocks of vocal harmonies. Those really add a lot.
Yeah, we definitely built it in recording. It was a song that we didn't practice very many times.
I don't remember. Band. We must have practiced it at some point, but I don't remember ever practicing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we only maybe practiced it like maybe 4 or 5 times at the most on maybe 1 or 2 days.
I was thinking the reason we probably hadn't played it is maybe because it was harder for you to like play the keys and sing at the same time.
Yeah, if we ever played it live, I would probably have to play rhythm guitar and let like Chris maybe play the keys or something. Yeah,
that'd probably be the way to go.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a really great song, and I was thrilled checking it out again almost for the first time. Because there's certain songs that I've heard many, many, many times, especially when it's something we play a lot, because I'll review the song and play along with it to get ready for a show. But since we never played this one, I've not gone back to it nearly as much, and that it's kind of unfortunate because it's such a good song.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I really like it a lot.
Well, thanks for joining us. And
Pleasure to be here.
Sure. I think up next is Who Mourns for Adonius. So that'll be an interesting one when we get to that.
It'll be interesting to see how we all pronounce it.
Yeah. Adonius. So
Adonis, if you're Captain Kirk.
The other day, I was listening to another podcast, and they talked about that episode and that title, and the guy in the episode pronounced it another way that I had never heard before. Yeah, I can't even remember how he pronounced it now, but it didn't make any sense. But he said that was the proper way to say it because he researched it. So I don't know. That'll be interesting.
So we're all wrong then, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that more when that episode comes up.
Sounds good. All right.
Well, thanks, Patrick.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Live long and prosper.
So the lyrics of the song, I wrote the song from Spock's point of view. Because I thought that in that episode, I know Kirk is going through a loss with his brother, and there's like other guest characters and everything, but I thought Spock's story in this episode was the most interesting, especially with him losing his eyesight and everything that he went through to
becoming quite blind.
Yeah, basically sacrificing himself to save everybody.
Yeah, just like in is there? Why can't I ever get that episode right?
Is there in Truth No Beauty?
No Beauty. Yeah,
There you
where he
go.
looks at the Medusan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Spock's always
opened up the
sacrificing
box.
himself because he's got green blood.
Yep.
He didn't have that cool red visor thing on.
Yeah.
I actually even I put a line in the song where he says, "I'll make the sacrifice to save all humankind."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make the sacrifice to save all humankind. Patrick on the backups there.
That was pretty good, you guys.
Actually, I think I sing the harmony on your line, and Patrick does the call, the answer.
Backing.
And then there's one part where Noah's also singing a harmony. I can't remember.
I don't remember what that is.
And I play drums.
Thank you for your contribution.
And I chose to end the song at like the most like downer moment of the episode, where Spock's like blind, and instead of like going on to mention what happens,
I got it back.
I just left it there. Like, by the way, I've become quite blind. End.
It's a very Rittenhouse thing to do.
Yeah.
That's very, very Wolf in the Foldian of you.
And I also, and musically, I also ended that on like the minor chord, and didn't go back to the resolve. I just left it.
The saddest of all keys.
Which minor was it?
That would be the F minor.
That's a rarity.
Yep. Well, it's easy. It's in the key of C on a piano.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I like how you ended it that way. That, like Chris said, that's a classic Rittenhouse move, but I always like it.
I mean, it's just like
Classic
Empire
Rittenhouse.
Strikes Back. It ends on such a down note, and that's what life is, just a series of down notes.
Yep, this song, just like The Empire Strikes Back.
Just
Almost exactly.
I had to make a Clerks reference to Mike.
I got you.
Try not to have any down notes on your way to the car.
I'm 37.
Here we go.
So, this is up to this point. This was the most vocally challenging song I had written.
Yeah, I can hear that.
This was pre-Cat's Paw.
Yeah, this is before Cat's Paw. Which is interesting because at the time it was kind of hard for me to sing, but I think I could do it now pretty easily. So I think I've probably gotten better vocally over the years, but I still can't do Cat's Paw.
Yeah. Which if anybody has seen us live, you'll notice that people will take over on the chorus. Usually Patrick, right?
Yeah, usually Patrick sings my part for me.
I think Noah and I sing too, don't we?
Yeah.
I usually do on Cat's Paw.
And there's towards the end of the song, there's that double chorus, like right at the end. And in the middle of that is this long note that I draw out, which I thought was pretty interesting. Like, most of it's like the same note, even though the chords are changing, and it like kind of fits with all the chords, and then it kind of changes at the end. But I actually, that was a pretty challenging thing for me. It wasn't it was no Friday's Child, but for it was my version of Friday's Child. Like it was probably as hard for me to do that note as it was for you to do Friday's Child. That's the long note at the end. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I don't think I can do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
Not with that attitude.
Not with that attitude. I'm full of negativity this evening.
Probably
this episode.
My biggest memory of recording this song, though, is probably when we were recording the drums. Do you remember, Andy?
I remember seeing a photo of it not all that long ago. It came up in the on the 5 Year Mission Facebook page. Memories. Recording drums for Operation Annihilate.
Well, you and we played through it probably 10 times, maybe more than that. And every time we went through it, so when we record the drums, we have our headphones on and we have all the drums mic'd, and I'm singing into a microphone, but only Andy and I can hear it.
It's like a whisper too, so you're not like doing like full like.
Right,
I'm a Vulcan.
I'm not belting it out. I'm just saying the words like this into the microphone so Andy can hear them.
Yeah, because you don't want vocal bleed.
Right.
Which also one of the things you love to do to me is start singing the wrong words at me, and I'm like, I don't know.
I'm always slipping in cuss words and other lines. But on this particular song, I was trying to go for a certain feel with the music, and with each take, I would each time as we got to the ends of like lines where you would put drum fills in, I kept going crazier, bigger fills, crazier.
That's right.
And you even stopped in the middle of one of them, and you're like, "Will you stop doing that?"
I had forgotten about that until now.
Because I was trying to push you to do just like these gigantic, big, ridiculous fills.
Yeah. It's not like I had like 8 bars to do it with too. It was just like 4 bar fills. It's like I can't get that crazy in this short amount of time.
A few of them made it into the recording.
Yeah.
Where did we record this one?
This was at Noah's, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was at Noah's. This is year 2.
I have no memory of recording this song. I know I played the bass, but I have no memory of recording it at all.
Yeah, I
play
don't
the
remember
drums.
anything about the bass. It's in there.
It is in there, but I must have recorded it, but I just don't remember doing it.
So, Mike, it sounds like you were taking like a more extreme approach to drum recording than Chris does. Chris likes to have Andy change the drums completely right before we go to record it.
God.
And you were actually wanting him to change it completely while he was recording.
Mid recording.
Yeah.
That's something, man. That
mid recording.
That takes guts.
See, I'm not so bad.
Yeah, you are.
I was just trying to push him to his potential.
Andy doesn't deal well with change.
Not right before I've been rehearsing the same song for months and months, and I have a set thing in my head, and they're like, why don't we do this? We're going to drop a verse and add a 4 count to the end of the chorus.
I thought you were a professional.
And instead of this being in 4/4, we're going to change it to 3/4, and instead of
it's going to be more of a waltz.
It's going to be like a samba this time.
A samba. Oh my God. Yeah, this definitely was a fun one because I got to be all subdued and then open up. I always love being able to do that stuff, like being all laid back and doing the little rim shots, and then all of a sudden I just get to open up, do a giant fill, and then just go batshit crazy. Always a fun one.
Yep.
Which I would actually love to pull this one out live at some point.
So would I. This is one of the few songs that we've never done live, unless you count our joke version.
What's the joke version?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Operation Annihilate.
Yes.
You didn't finish it with me.
You did it for me.
It's not the same.
Operation Annihilate.
Thank you, Noah.
Uh-oh.
The Zoom lag is really bad.
So yeah, this is one of the few songs that we have never played live. For a long time, it was the only one, but now I think we have maybe a couple more off the last one or two albums. But yeah, I would love to pull it out and try it sometime.
Yeah. We'll figure out a show and do it. Once we have
Maybe
another show, but
maybe without piano, or Chris might be playing the piano.
I'm sure we can come up with a version that doesn't need piano.
Yeah, I mean I can play it on guitar easily. So
yeah. Why do I play bass? Why am I all of a sudden playing it on the piano?
Because you're better at piano than Noah is.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
you're the best piano player in this band.
That's right. That's only because of frequency.
It's true. You definitely get to get the most practice at this. But hey, you're on bass for this one, buddy.
That's
so
right.
Count your lucky stars on that one.
I do.
It's a rarity.
Not anymore. I play bass a lot more than I used to.
Well, because you started calling instruments besides piano
bass.
before everyone
Look
else.
at bass. Look at bass. Look at bass.
Another little weird, interesting thing about this song is a few times over the years we've had people ask us how to play our songs. Oh yeah. And usually it's one of the ones that you would expect people to ask.
How do you play the cage?
Yeah. But I actually had someone ask me like years ago, probably around the time year 3 came out. Someone messaged me and asked for the chords to this song.
Oh.
I don't know why. And
interesting.
Yeah, I sent them. I never heard anything back.
This would be one of the more interesting ones for someone to do like acoustic.
Yeah.
Because it fits. It would fit well with the acoustic style.
Yeah.
So I could see why they would probably.
It translates really well to acoustic.
Yeah. Noah, what did you play on this?
I don't know. I don't know if I played anything. I remember like learning the chords on guitar, like maybe I was going to play rhythm guitar, but I think on the recording there isn't any rhythm guitar.
Yeah, if there is, it's kind of in the background.
Yeah.
I listened to it today.
So maybe I did play rhythm guitar. It's just mixed real low.
Yeah, it might just be kind of just mixed into the background. I don't think it didn't really need it.
Yeah.
No,
so
I'm not. I don't think
I'm
it's
not
in there.
offended. I just don't remember anything. I just don't remember. I do remember learning it on rhythm guitar, but I didn't know if that was like when we first just started to like play around with it, or if I actually recorded a rhythm guitar part for it. No idea.
Yeah.
Hey, but
it's been too long.
You have all those sessions now. You can go back and isolate and see and find.
I'll have to go see if we recorded
it. Exists. Yeah.
It might be in there.
I do have a vague recollection. There was a song where I played bass, and we basically wrote the bass on the fly in recording.
That could be this song.
It could be this song because I kind of remember doing that at one point where we didn't really have a bass part, and it would make sense because we didn't really practice this ever.
Well, each of our albums usually has at least 2 or 3 songs that we didn't really work on until we were recording, and we kind of just assembled them when we were recording and came up with parts. This is definitely one of those.
On year 1, that was "Conscious of the King." I know that was one of them off year 1.
The last song that we put together for year 1, I think.
Year 3 was your song, Mike. Chicago.
Well, we worked. We learned the music to that and really worked that out. I just didn't have the words.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I knew there was something very last minute about that one.
Yeah.
Very.
We'll tell that story when we get to it.
We'll cross that song when we get to it.
Not that we haven't told it several times already.
On stage.
One last thing about the song itself that I just remembered is that this is one of the few songs that I've written. You mentioned the Piece in the Action. That's another one. But this is one of the songs that the words never repeat. The choruses are all different. All the pre-choruses are different.
Okay, right.
Like there's no parts that I repeat. And A Piece of the Action is actually another one that's like that. But most of my songs, there's a chorus that repeats, and I think this might be the first one I did that with, where when I wrote it, I didn't write anything that it's really long. There's a lot of words.
For someone like me who can never remember lyrics, that's like a nightmare scenario. Like live, like recording is one thing, but live, that's a nightmare for me.
Yeah, I like to have the anchor of the repeated chorus as well.
Yeah. Yes, we know.
You know that?
Since I wasn't able to watch the episode today, I did look up a few. I looked through IMDb and everything, and I was just looking for some interesting tidbits. I only found one that I want to share, which is Craig Huxley. It's the actor that played Kirk's nephew.
Mm-hmm. The little ginger kid.
Yeah. First of all, he reappears in "And the Children Shall Lead."
Yeah, that's right.
As Tommy.
Yeah.
But he also composed music for Star Trek III: The Search for Spock.
What?
Yeah. He wrote some of the score for that movie.
Weird.
And he also invented what's called the blaster beam, which is a musical instrument used to make that sound that V'ger makes in the motion picture.
What? Huh.
So the kid from this episode grew up to do that stuff that was in the Star Trek movies.
Weird.
That's cool.
That is a strange coincidence.
Yeah.
Crazy. Just a couple weird little factoids. This is the only original series episode, and it's the first, obviously, in Star Trek to use an exclamation point in the title.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bride of Chaotica.
Which
is the other one.
Yeah. Let's see. This is only the one of 3 episodes in which the word "damn" is used.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it was very taboo at the time.
Yeah. The other ones were
and actually, because I saw that one today when I was looking, and this is the only episode where it's actually used in the way.
damnable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what actually in the way that is frowned upon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other episodes were Journey to Babel and Court Martial. Yeah, very strange
And
with that one.
We got a hell and a damn back to back.
Well, especially considering that whenever anybody quotes McCoy, they always want to say "damn
it, Jim,"
and it's like you really only said that 3 times.
Yeah.
Very strange.
This episode, one of the shots created for this episode of the Enterprise flying around a planet, it was created for this episode, but it was reused in 20 some other episodes from season 2 and 3.
Yep.
So this was the episode it was created for, and then you see it over and over and over.
same. Is it going around a planet?
When they did the remaster, where they did
I'm sure they
effects,
they changed the the angles or whatever. But
Yeah.
but for the effects in the other episodes, they would change the filter so that the planet
was different colors.
looked like different colors. But yeah,
That was my question. Was did the planet change?
yeah, they would make it purple instead of green. Yeah,
That's good.
Another fun one is that if you watch the Roddenberry Vault, there's a little blooper from this episode where one of the creatures is flying through the air, and in the episode it hits him and hits Kirk in the back. But if you see the blooper reel, it comes and just smacks him right on the ass, and he turns around and does the ooh kind of face. Uh-oh. They're here for you, Noah.
Noah's not here.
They're there for me.
Yeah, they're gonna arrest the laptop.
They got to drive ahead of them.
yeah, they got a couple hours.
Yeah, I just pulled the blinds of the front door and just pointed south.
Oh yeah, that way. He's that way. You can catch him.
You'll be there. You'll be there in a couple hours. It's fine.
Do you like 5-Year Mission? And do you like getting exclusive content? You should head over to Patreon right now and visit 5-Year Mission. because we've got all the exclusive content that you're not getting on any other social media. There's videos, pictures, sometimes we post news there before we post it anywhere else, behind the scenes of us working on albums and podcasts, and sometimes just pictures of us goofing off that we don't put anywhere else, only on Patreon. And there are many options to choose from. You can be a lieutenant commander, you can be a captain, you could even be an admiral. Each of those comes with their own special perks. One of the perks of being an admiral is that you get to be a producer on this podcast. Currently, our producers are Carol Jones, Jen Tift, Helen Lake, Steve and Frankie Polopoli, Roxy and Becky, Debbie Rinke, Madison Rachel Jones, and Jim Morehouse. So what are you waiting for? Go to Patreon/5-Year Mission right now. That's the number 5-Year Mission. And sign up. It's that easy.
You know the name, you know the product, you know what I'm going to talk about. It's Fansets, of course. You know what? They got all kinds of cool stuff, from Star Trek to DC Comics to Ultraman to Irwin Allen. But of course, you know, we're going to talk about Star Trek. You know, they got that Tom Paris plate pin. You know, Tom Paris from Voy. You know, from his appearance on Star Trek Lower Decks. You know, that's pretty awesome, which I still need to personally order. You can also get the Strange New Worlds ship memorial set. Ooh, that thing is fancy as hell. Go on over and get that. Put it in your cart. Add some fan danglers to it. Add some display sets. You know, head on over there. Fill up your cart. Add in the word Trek Geeks upon checkout. In all caps, no spaces, Trek Geeks. Get 10% off of your entire order. And remember, if you spend $30 or more, you get free shipping. Fansets, our PinSap character, and we thank Fansets for sponsoring each and every episode of 5-Year Mission, the podcast.
Today was a day like any other. It started the same way as every other, till a guy suicide. Oh, why? Heard a voice of a forlorn mother, then the death of a good friend's brother. trip, then I try to hide the pain inside. I am a Vulcan. I am a Vulcan. There is no pain. I can't forgive you for reacting in this way. I'd probably have done the same if in your place. And now we know what must be done to save the We have to hurry 'cause we're running out of time. I'll make the sacrifice to save all humankind. And by the way, I have become quite blind. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of 5-Year Mission, the podcast.
There you go.
I hope that you enjoyed half as much as we have enjoyed.
I hope you enjoyed the song more than we did the episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which a lot of times that's the case. Because again, like we always say, you can have a stinker of an episode, but the goal is to always make a 5-Year Mission song that's going to improve the episode. Or at least enhance, maybe.
Or at least compliment.
Compliment. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
I like that.
The goal is to do nothing less than compliment.
Yes.
Unless we're writing something like Wolf in the Fold, and then we
I
just
knew you were going to say
then we just chuck it in the garbage.
there are people who love Wolf in the Fold.
I love Wolf and Fold.
The song.
Sure there are. I'm sure there are.
I like the episode too. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of fog.
There's a lot of fog.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything after Scotty kills a hooker now.
Well, that's the end
See,
of the song.
you're welcome.
See? That compliments the episode.
Oh.
Do, 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 do. I sure want to leave. I sure want to leave. Thank you for listening to 5-Year Mission, the podcast. If anyone is interested in listening to more of our music, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, or anywhere that you can listen to music. Just search for 5-Year Mission and we will be the first thing that pops up. If you would like to contact us, you can email us at 5yearmissionband@gmail.com. You can also find us at 5yearmission.net and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
5-Year Mission, the podcast, is a production of Coconut Media Works. Executive producers Bill Smith and Dan Davidson. For more great Star Trek discussion, discover the other shows of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network at trekgeeks.com or find us in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app.
This has been a Classic Rittenhouse production.
All right,
have to.
I'm out of here, guys.
You gave us until 9:54.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's how much I love you.
Shut up.